So I suppose we should start this video by saying thank you to you guys.
Thank you guys so much.
Yeah.
We can't believe that we've got 20,000 people that care enough to
click-
watch and
I know.
click subscribe.
It's weird. We have to tell you from the other side, when you upload videos to YouTube and you see numbers, you just don't associate with people. And then when we get nice messages from you guys or like lovely comments and everything on YouTube or any other medium, it's like, it is so nice.
Yeah.
Anyway, I already started to blabble a little bit, and then we want to try and keep this short, sharp, try and answer as many questions as we can rather than doing like a 30-minute video when we answer 4.
That's boring. No one wants to watch that.
What we do want to do is we've got a couple of questions that we actually want to ask you guys back, and we'll be really keen to get your feedback on, so stay to the end so you can find out what that is, because we're really curious.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're going to jump straight into it.
Let's
We'll
go.
try and get them in order as to what people wanted to know. How did we first meet?
We met on Tinder.
Bam, straight in there with
Surprise! That one catches a lot of people off guard, I think, hey?
Where we come from in Auckland is very separated, and often people don't intermingle. Kiwis don't generally just chat with other people. How do we meet other people? And that was that.
Yeah, Tinder.
Yeah. How long have you been traveling together? Well, our first date, all we did was talk about travel. Our second date, all we did was talk about
Dane did.
me talking about stupid stories to try and carry the conversation, because Stacey was so nervous.
I was panicking.
And then halfway through, she was like an hour or two into it, she's like, I need to go pay for my parking. And I was like, that's
She's gone.
weird. I was like, well, I messed that one up. She came
I
here.
legitimately just had to go pay for my parking.
So anyway, the questions are, Francisco, how long have you been traveling together? Ever since we met, which was about 3.5 years ago, we've taken so many holidays. We never used to record them. We've got holidays to Hawaii, to Samoa, to like Australia, all these other places that we wish we had have recorded at the time. What did you guys do before taking up traveling all the time as your profession, and when is your book coming out?
So what do we do before?
Yeah.
So I was the design and digital marketing manager for a New Zealand fashion company.
And I've sort of always worked in online advertising in one way or another, either advertising sales or product development or commercialization. Why did you guys start your journey? Because my dream is to be like you guys and travel. That's Barista Bella.
Cute. Why did we start? For us, it wasn't like the whole thing of running away or like our lives were terrible. Our lives were great.
Like we had good jobs, as we just
really
explained.
good jobs, like amazing friends and family. But I think it just comes down to like wanting to explore. We just always wanted to go on holiday.
Yeah, all we did was just save money to go on a holiday, and then we just started thinking there has to be another way.
Yeah.
And then we just spent years trying to figure out how we can make that happen. I'm an absolute research nerd, which is why actually to go back to Death by Chocolate's question about the book, it is so close. For those of you that don't know, we're putting literally all of our years of experience, years of knowledge from our friends who have been doing this for years as well, and basically created the document that didn't exist when we started looking into this years ago.
Yeah, the thing that we wish we had. It would have saved us like so many headaches. It would have saved a few tears as well.
This would have been the 100,000 subscriber update, because we would have started back then. But it's about how to travel full time and work online. It's not about like travel vlogging, although that does feature in there.
Yeah.
How do we stay happy while traveling together? Me and my partner are going soon. Would love some advice. That's Sarah Alvin off. That's a Twitter one.
Dane just keeps me happy with like donuts and pizza, really. He's very smart like that.
You spend a lot of time together when you travel as a couple.
Yeah.
And I think we've learned we're at a point now where we both know when either the other person is agitated or when we just need to take some time.
Yeah, it's just one of those things that we've had to like adapt to and learn along the way. It's definitely helped us like learn to communicate better, because you literally, there are days that you're not stuck, I don't want to say stuck together, but there are days that there's more time spent together, so you have to learn to adapt, and I think we've done that.
Yeah, I would agree. Which ties into a question from Kiri, a Kiwi from our Patreon. She's one of our Patreon supporters, when she actually asked, how often do you go out for meals and drinks in a week when traveling versus like how many nights do you cook?
I think it depends where we are, really.
Places like Chiang Mai for us are like almost slow travel home bases.
Yeah.
And then the experiences that we would have seen through like Taiwan, the second part of the Philippines, Malaysia, and a lot of this Bali content that we're creating at the moment, which you'll see soon, is very much like that's like raw travel.
Yeah.
When we do the raw travel stuff, it's really hard to eat healthy and to be clean, which is why we like to have those blocks of like a month. And during those months, what would you say?
I'd say that we generally cook at least once a day. whether that's like lunch or dinner. And
Yeah, we actually explained some of that.
We have breakfast at home too.
Yeah, we explained some of that in the day in the life video, which is actually, that gives you a really good understanding. If you haven't seen that one, I'll link it. Always forget, it's the left corner. That one. We'll link it here.
And then we go out for dinner when I'm like, oh, I don't feel like cooking, or Dane's like, I don't feel like cooking.
What's the scariest part about packing up your lives and leaving to travel? From Mariah Healy. We're going backwards a little bit there, but that's an interesting one.
The scariest part for me, I think, was just like before we left, leaving friends and family and having those conversations, and because then it becomes real and it kind of...
It's open-ended. People don't know. Daniel from our Patreon group, are you happy with the progress on YouTube?
Yes.
Yes.
So happy.
We are.
I don't think that we expected this. I didn't expect to be sitting here doing a Q&A because people care enough about our lives.
That's a really good point to put out, is that we still to this day, like I'm talking to this camera right now and I'm just like, there's no one on the other end of this. No one actually gives a shit about us. But then something big happens in our life, or we help somebody in a way that we don't even really realize that we're doing. We get the messages that we get, and sometimes we just stop. I mean, every message that comes through, whether we reply to it or not, we're like, whoa. So this question sort of ties into the who does what. When it comes to the videos, it's pretty much my baby.
I don't do anything. I just show up.
I do a lot of the planning, I do the filming, I do the editing, which is why often like the B-roll footage you see is of Stacey and not so much of me, because often I'm the one carrying the camera. So so it's mostly me. Am I happy with the progress? Definitely happy with the growth. The hardest thing is I can't even tell you the amount of hours that go into making a video from like all of those things that I just explained, and then sometimes to just get like 1,000 views or something is like, sometimes it hits me a little bit hard, and I'm like, you can't work out time in versus value out. And that's why we mentioned the messages and the kind comments a couple of times, because those are the peaks
that's what keeps you going.
It's what keeps me going. And as this channel continues to grow, it's going to open up more opportunities and more revenue and stuff, which we'll talk about later, because that's
Can
a
we
common
just
question.
add that I don't actually do nothing all the time.
No.
I just don't really do much to do with the videos. I'm a freelance graphic designer.
Well, let's just go straight into Chris the Freelancer's question. I'm interested in hearing to know what you guys do for work and money at the moment. I know it's a little bit taboo to ask, which it generally is.
What do we do for work and money?
You just sort of
I just told you. I'm a freelance graphic designer, so I just design.
Yeah. Well, you could. So
I don't like talking about myself.
She's downplaying it. So Stacey, like she said, used to work for a really great company in New Zealand, and has then managed to freelance before we left, which was part of the key as well, was to start being able to earn some money and build some clients, and since then has developed it into a very successful little business. I was originally, while I was still working my old job, I was building e-commerce stores and doing a lot of drop shipping, a lot of affiliate marketing, and that was to prove to myself, to us, that we could spend more time if we broke away from our 9 to 5 and invested time into this. By the way, all of this stuff is detailed and like so much
in the book,
so much more context in the book, and how you can do it as well, obviously. And then I started filming a lot more, and my passion is, hopefully you can tell, like we've upgraded camera, we've updated microphone, my passion has really grown into this and this channel. We do make money from YouTube, we do get benefits while we travel, of course. It's not like it wouldn't sustain us. No. But I'm starting to put a lot of the e-commerce stuff to the side and put hours into this without the financial return at the moment. But we're hoping. If you guys share it with some more friends, then maybe we'll keep creating more content. You'll get more than 2 videos a week if we can start to get more views. Who was your first subscriber? From George Mack.
George Mack.
George Mack was our first
Georgie
subscriber.
Mack.
Shout out to George. One from Linda Pablecheck. Do you miss your mother?
That's Dane's mum.
Yes, ma'am. I look forward to seeing you soon.
We miss you, Linda.
Who makes the decisions? Ha ha.
Oh my gosh. Stirring the pot. You make the decision.
No.
No.
Anybody that's in a relationship that's watching us now knows that there's like the planning person in the relationship, and then there's the person that wears the pants, and this one doesn't necessarily say it. I think I wear the pants until something doesn't go right, or until I don't do something correctly, or something, you know, and then I'm like, oh shit, my pants are gone. And she's wearing them, and it's like I had them all along.
Okay, fine. Yeah, I agree with that.
What are your travel plans?
Should I do this one?
Own it.
Currently, we are in Ubud in Bali. Then the plan is Australia, New Zealand for a bit, and then England, Germany, Czech.
Poland.
Oh my gosh, I forgot. Poland, Romania, Bulgaria, Greece. And that takes us up until August. I've never been to Europe, so I'm like...
So excited to share what is in our future.
We've got so many adventures.
Well, it's a good question though. What's it like always having a camera or gear with you to capture everything? Jessica from Facebook, how do you feel?
I don't think it's an issue. I think when we first got this new bigger camera, I was a bit like, oh, how are we gonna cope carrying this around? But to be honest, like, Danger carries it around, but we keep things pretty minimal. We're not the kind of people that you know, have to have a giant backpack. We don't have the biggest drone. We don't, you know, like
no, exactly.
We try and keep it pretty compact and not too flashy.
There's another question in here, I don't even know where it is, but like, how do we plan out what we do and what we film and everything? It sort of ties in, is that we plan that, okay, on this day we're going to the elephant sanctuary, so we don't really do anything, and then that day it's like all in, focus on that, and then we'll spend time editing. Well, I'll spend time editing that, like Stacey does her like other work and everything, and so it's like we're quite strategic about the days that we do go. How do you pronounce Danger's name? So for those of you...
A lot of people think that it's Daniger, but Dane's name is Dane, and his nickname is Danger, and we spell it Daneger. So yeah, it's not Daniger. His name is Dane. Nickname is Danger.
How do you find cool local places to go and do that aren't super touristy?
It really depends. Like I talk to people if they've been there. I read a lot of blogs. What else do we do? That's about it, really. Just a lot of reading, and we watch a lot of vlogs as well, travel vlogs. Yeah,
we do watch a lot of vlogs for our own research, and then what you see, the final version of videos that we create, is literally what we like watching. Yeah, Stacey really owns that sort of stuff. Sometimes I go to places and I know that I'm filming, and she knows that she's planned it, and we're like, let's hope we both do well. Things you can't live without.
Danger.
Each other. Oh, Sophie.
An internet connection we can't really live without. I mean, what else?
Food, coffee and beer.
Food, coffee and beer. Pretty much.
I want to know, what do you reckon you'll miss once you leave Asia? We've got some massive Europe plans, as we just mentioned.
Oh, sorry, I jumped straight into that.
No, yeah, actually, you're like, I would probably say the exact same thing. Food.
Food and prices, probably. And I think the people as well. We've met some amazing people here.
Yeah, we've been welcomed with open arms by families, by businesses, by strangers, and subscribers as well. Maybe we should take a moment to say, like...
The amount of people that we met in Chiang Mai is actually insane.
We didn't really talk about it much, but there were days that we literally bumped into like 3 different like groups or people that were like, oh, hey, and would like stop and say thank you to us. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy.
We want to say thank you to those people for saying hi as well, because we always walk away from those conversations and think like, good on them for I don't think I would do it if I saw somebody.
And we're like energized and enthused and
Fist bump guy.
Fist bump guy is the greatest guy. There's this one guy in Chiang Mai that we saw like 3 times. The first time we saw him, we were walking with our luggage in the street, and he just walked past and goes, "Seen your videos." I just gave him a fist bump and just kept walking, and then we saw him like 3 weeks later, eh?
Yeah, it's so funny.
If you had to stay and live in one place in Southeast Asia, where would it be?
The Philippines, if they got their internet sorted out.
How did you learn to edit videos?
I didn't.
Just started on iMovie with some footage years ago and just tried to do some stuff, and then I just made it a bit better, and then did another little project, and then did something else, and then it's just... YouTube has helped me, just more of doing the same thing. Why is beer so damn good? We don't know, we just keep drinking it to find out. What gear do you use? We'll do, when our website's all done, we'll have like a full gear thing, because we get asked that all the time, and we don't want to do a whole video on it.
No.
Will you still travel if you have a family together?
Yeah.
We'll totally be those parents that are like rocking around. I'm gonna have like a kid on my back. Stacey's gonna have like a dog on her shoulders or something.
On my shoulders?
I mean, like strapped.
On my shoulders.
strapped around your shoulders in like a little one piece or something.
Oh my god.
I think that we're done. We've answered about as many questions I think we can probably squeeze into this. But the two things that we did want to ask you guys, and we would love your feedback in the comments below, is can you remember what they are?
Nope.
Like we said, I'm the one that plans these things. One, really interested to know from you guys, because we don't get this type of feedback, is why do you watch our channel?
That's a great question.
And the second thing
is, what would you like to see more
oh, you
of?
took the words right out of my mouth. What sort of content or what sort of experiences, or we've experimented with a lot of different vlog styles, or like topics, or like cost of living, or like day in the life, or like...
We like to mix it up, but we also want to know, what do you guys enjoy?
Yeah, that sort of feedback is super interesting for us, because like we sort of alluded earlier that there is a little bit of a one-way street sometimes. Tell us.
But be nice.
Yeah, be gentle. Don't break my little heart. I think that's enough. Yeah.
That's a wrap. Yep.
That's a wrap.
Yep.
Please sign it off, man.
I always get so nervous at the end. Why do I get nervous? Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you in the comments.
Bye. How has travel changed us as a couple? Why did you stop?
I don't know how to answer it.
It's made us stronger.
It's made us stronger.
Okay, we can't use that word. Just